everybody, and welcome back to another fantastic video. Sorry it's a little loud out here, but we are out at tech inspection for the Mint 400 out here in beautiful Las Vegas. And the only thing that can make this place more beautiful and more fun is all of these off-road vehicles we got going on here. We have a whole mix. We got trophy trucks, we got bugs, we got side-by-sides, we got military vehicles. We have that Castrol a little pre-runner build I've seen online. Celica it might be, I'm not sure. And if you guys watched the channel, you saw that I did a video on the new 2022 Tundra coming out with the Desert Chase package. And there's one over there. We'll get a closer look at that in a little bit. But first we have to go walk up and down this aisle and check out some of the number placement, and then we'll get to that. Dude, that's perfect. That's exactly how I'd want to build mine. Well, no. So see, this is kind of cool and a lot better than the videos from SEMA because there's no retaining wall stopping us from getting up close and looking at everything about this vehicle. Yeah, the whole thing's carbon fiber, and they just painted over it. Yeah, the whole piece.
Let's find out. Rip it off and see how heavy it is.
You can kind of see. Oh, the long travel arms actually look better in person. They're like a candy apple red, like a metallic. I thought they were like flat. What do they have?
This sway bar is weird how it's in the front though, so if you impacted that, it'd fuck up that big time.
Are these 2 5 coilovers with the reservoir and adjusters?
They Fox.
So not the craziest shocks on it, but it's still, I mean, 2 inches wider on each side.
Well, the Raptors are 3.0, so it doesn't have like a small reservoir like that.
These sit kind of low.
Yeah.
It sits really low actually. I thought it was going to sit a lot higher. But yeah, full carbon fiber fenders. They paint over it and leave the little carbon fiber exposed right there. Huge screen interior, camouflage seats, red interior. The Method wheels, Method TRD hybrid wheels with the general grabbers. 2 O's in the back with remote reservoirs with adjusters. Full-on chase rack with a lot of rigid lights going on in here with mounting points for jerry cans, jacks. And my favorite thing that I mentioned in the other video was these spare tire mounts where they just mount to the side of the cage and bolt in. Super clean, super sturdy. And you can just fit all kinds of things on this nice chase rack. Got the rock sliders going on too. And apparently I'm not the only one excited to see this. You got groups of people just checking it out. That thing is so sick. I'm honestly so glad I got to see that in person, especially with no retainer wall like they had at SEMA. I was able to get up close and check out the shocks and everything and see what they got going on in there. Overall impressions, it's a pretty cool looking truck. It looks like it sits a little low. I'd like to see it sit a little higher. And I mean, I'm always a nut for trying to have bigger suspension in there. I think the 2 O's in the back and 2 5s in the front was a little underwhelming for that build, but again, they're still heading in the right direction. All right, so now that we're back, let me show you guys the new doors we have done to our vehicle since the last race. So Bob, are these new doors all together or just new decals on the doors?
It's new doors altogether.
New doors all together. It's a much sharper look. It's like a flat metal. Much more sharp flat metal with new decals on the doors. Everything looks so much more clean than having those hard angles that we have to try to wrap around. But I mean, you gotta spice it up for the Mint a little, guys. Make it look a little bit better. Dude, I'm seeing a ridiculous amount of sexy bugs out here. Oh, Blake Wilkey. Funny enough, on the way to Garrett's house this morning after he picked me up, we saw Blake Wilkey sitting at a stoplight like five minutes from my house, and with both of his vehicles loaded up and everything like that. So it's pretty cool. I don't know what he was doing in Chino. Well, I do know what he was doing in Chino, but that's none of your guys' business. But cool to see him out here now. My boy Wilkey putting in work over there with another bug unloading right here. Dude, there's so many vehicles and I'm just in love right now. This is the best race of the year, hands down. Oh, hey, there's the one that we saw back at Denny's.
We're just standing in the middle right here.
So that's what? The body of a whole street bike, then the front end of a dirt bike?
The lift kit.
Like the forks
Yeah.
and clamps and everything are dirt bike. And then the bike itself is just a street bike.
Is that a Sportster Harley? Yeah. That's a class for this. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. That class is gnarly, where they just take the street bikes and convert them to race this whole
Yeah, they
off-road
add
race.
the coilovers in the rear, or they make them bigger, longer swing arm, and then front forks.
Okay, so in a typical schedule for this, it would go that we do the parade down the strip today with all the race vehicles. Then tomorrow we go to Fremont Street and do the parade with the vendors through the street, and then do tech inspection at the end, and then race on Friday, right?
Race Friday.
But we're kind of customizing our schedule here. We're kind of going to the beat of our own drum this year. I think we're doing pre-inspection right now, pre-tech inspection right now. Just so if there is something wrong, we're not scrambling very last minute trying to fix it so we can race. We'll get it all done today, hammer it out, either pass or find something we need to fix, and then we'll be able to fix it all today. I think we're skipping the parade down Fremont Street, which is kind of a bummer. That's one of the best parts of doing this, but if they don't want to do it, they don't want to do it. And then tomorrow, we're going back to Fremont tomorrow, and we're doing the parade through the vendors, and if there is something we needed to fix for tech inspection, it's going to be so hard to hear me. But if there's something we did need to fix for tech, then we'll go through tech again and show them that we fixed it and get past there. And then we go race on Friday. So that's sort of the schedule right now. Hopefully you heard me over all that engine and everything, but I mean, you guys know how it goes at these races. It gets loud, it gets rowdy, and it gets fun.
I can't wait to get the cage.
For the day that I actually build a bug, I need you guys to know that he is one of two main big influences that made me want to get a bug and get into it, and see him come from what his bug used to be back when I first started following him to what these are now. It's just insane, dude. Like these superchargers, all the sponsors, the color schemes. Just the attention to detail on everything in this vehicle, and just how one of a kind it is and how custom it is, and the work he's put into these is just insane. And as far as these military vehicles go, I think they have their own class now that they started a few years ago. I'm not sure how long it's been around, but it's just military vehicles that race the Mint and everything, and it's just insane. So you guys passed inspection? First try? First try pass, there we go.
Hi, this is Bob, LA Sheriff's Deputies Motorsports. We're here in Las Vegas for the Mint 400, for the 2021 Mint 400. It was scheduled for last March, but was postponed because of COVID, so we're here now. So just an update on where we're at. So we just got through tech. It's Wednesday. They have an early tech just before the parade. We went through tech, was able to get through on the first try, so that's actually, it's relieved a lot of stress on us. Tech is stressful. If anything they find wrong, it means you got to take the time to fix it or correct it, and it just puts a lot of additional stress. This is a big race, it's a long race, so last thing we want to do is be stressing out over stuff like that. So tonight we'll be able to take it easy a little bit. Tomorrow we'll be on Fremont Street for the Contingency Festival. Fremont Street for like 10, 12 blocks is just completely full of all the vendors, all the aftermarket parts, the suppliers. It's quite a fun event. Thousands of people part of that. We got to push the car through there, and then at the end we'll do our they'll give us our decal for our tech inspection. We have it inspected today, but we won't get our decal till tomorrow. We'll be able to meet and greet with all of our sponsors, our supporters, network with other racers. It should be a good time. Eric and I have to attend a driver's meeting tomorrow afternoon. We have to register all of our personnel, get wristbands, and make sure waivers are signed. It's a lot of things go into racing. It's not just a matter of a couple guys going out and running around the dirt. There's a lot of safety involved. There's a lot of mechanisms in place to make sure it's done safely and correctly. After the driver's meeting tomorrow afternoon, early evening, then we'll go ahead and cut away from Vegas and head back up to Primm, where we have the trailer set up. The race is actually out. It starts at Primm, so we'll get up there tonight, get a good night's sleep, start early in the morning. We'll be on the line Friday for staging. Hope to get off the starting line at 11 o'clock in the morning-ish. And we anticipate being out on the trail for at least 8 hours. We'll be doing 3 laps in a rally car. We do 3 laps. That'll be 300 miles. The big unlimited vehicles, they do 4 laps. That's 400 miles. But we'll be doing 300 miles. It's still, we're looking at about 8 hours out on the course. So that's update. That's where we're at so far. If you have any questions, Instagram us, Facebook us, email us. We'll get back to you as soon as we can.
That light real quick.
So as you saw at our last race out in Havasu, somewhere in the last lap, we ended up ripping off all of the plastics up here, down here. Everything ripped completely off, bare body. So now we have the new plastics. We're just trying to get the last few bolts in to make sure everything's hunkered down and bolted on properly, so we don't have loose panels flapping everywhere at tomorrow's race. So we got all the bolts and everything out, trying to just get it all done.
Tighten them all up or no?
Did you guys race on Friday?
Correct.
I'm like wondering if I could just like next day.
Most of the gas will be in the car.
So we have updated bolts.
And we come to
just
here,
do
5
a
gallons.
hex head.
We can get it in a little bit, so what we'll do, we'll just, for this one, we'll throw a washer in there, because we can get a little bite on it. So we just...
Bob's on the phone with one of our great sponsors, KWT Filters, because we have accidentally stripped the receiving end on the actual filter itself, so it's a little loose and wobbling around. It still holds, but it's just not ideal for off-road racing. So he's on the phone with them, seeing if they can get us a spare part before our race, and if not, we'll make something work. We'll work it out. But yeah, we just kind of messed it up ourselves. It's still a great product, and we're still running it. But other than that, we got everything else buttoned up on the car. Everything's looking good.
Goes all the way to here. We top off with 5 more.
Racer Eric and Garrett out here planning the pits. Him on the phone with the sponsor trying to find parts.
So from here to here, you use 5. Here to here, you're going to put in 10. That's going to get you back to here, which you're going to need another 10 to get to here. So there's the 10. Then you're going to go all the way to here. You're going to need another 10, and that 10 is going to get you to here. And then you need 5, and that's going to get you to here. That's 10, 25, 10, 25. But we don't need that much gas. What in this math is wrong?
We can't be absolute, because...
Can't be absolute. So let's say you're starting with 10, and then if you add 40,
No, you're good. I'll just use that.
that means 40 gallons should get you through the race.
Set it on this lid, it'll come
Oh, maybe because we're not going to get all the gas in from here to here.
So as you can see, there's a lot more that goes into off-road racing than just hopping in the car and driving on the track and everything. There's a lot of prep work and math that goes into trying to plan the fueling and everything, and knowing, especially in a race this long when you don't have a fuel cell, knowing what pits you have to stop at, how much fuel you have to get at each pit, how much fuel you have to have in the pits, X, Y, and Z to make it through the whole race and make sure you don't run out of gas somewhere in the middle of the desert. So that's what we're figuring out now. We got most of it ironed out, but I think it'll really help a little more tomorrow when we have a physical map and we have solid numbers. Some numbers right now we're contradicting each other from online sources. So I think once they go to the driver's meeting and we get a map and everything, we might be able to confirm what we already have laid out, or we might have to alter our plan. But essentially, I think we'll be fine, knock on wood, with the gas.